Good afternoon. This is Yolanda Flowers. How may I help you?
Yolanda Flowers, my name's John Masters. I'm a YouTuber. I called you, I don't know, maybe a month or two ago, and we had a nice, quick, pleasant conversations. And I have a couple questions I want to ask you today. Hopefully, you have some time for me.
Okay, go ahead. Shoot.
Okay, good deal, Yolanda Flowers. So, full disclosure, I had grown up in a small town, and there was only a couple black folks that lived there. And when I went to Cincinnati, I feel I'm 40 years old now, but when I grew up and I was in Cincinnati, black folks were all over the place, and I'd kind of felt, I guess I felt a little uneasy because I just hadn't been around black folks, and that was it. So it took me a second or two before I grew accustomed to talking to black folks. Have you experienced anything like that? Have you ever heard anything like that, or is that the craziest thing you've ever heard?
Well, when you're not used to it, but I'm the type of person that because I lived around a lot of white people,
Yeah,
okay, in Tennessee,
right.
but not just in certain areas, certain times. And I also worked where it was just I was the only black in the office. So no, I understand how you feel, but I'm a people person, and I know how to read people. I just feel comfortable around them because I realize they're my sisters and my brothers. So
Yeah, no, sure. That's I guess what I was trying to say to clarify it was that my ignorance was coming from ignorance, so it wasn't like I had any. If anything, actually, I liked the few black folks that we had at school, so I was very I love black people, so I was very excited about black folks. So yeah, there's some people I guess that are ignorant. It's based on hatred, and I think some people are just ignorant. But I, talked to black folks, and I did a petition drive, kind of all over the place, but with Nader and some different issues in Cincinnati. And I got to, I'm sorry, I'm just I got questions written down here, but I'm just talking. But hang with me, listen, okay? So. So I petitioned in Cincinnati. You tell me what's going on. This is such an incredible phenomenon, okay? 90% of the time when I ask a black person, man or woman, to sign my petition, no matter what it is, for health care, for Nader to put him on the ballot, 90% of the time they're going to sign down. But for white folks, it's about 50-50. And they can be rude. White folks could just give you a little white wave, just kind of like wave you off like you're a little pest, like you're a homeless person asking for change. So white folks could be rude, 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 but it's about 50-50 with white folks. But black folks was, I feel like, I don't know. Let me just throw my theory out here, and then maybe if you want to comment on any of this, this is about race, because it's hard to talk about race, but here we are. So 90% to 95% of black folks, I felt like I would go up to black folks and just say, hey, I'm working on this thing, and it's like, you don't want any money from me, you don't want me to do anything except for sign this, and it's like, yeah, that's it. And they're like, okay, cool, where do I sign down? Whereas white folks, I felt like they either thought there was like they weren't used to it, for one thing, maybe that's another thing, just city people are used to it, but I felt like they were like, they're too important to sign some petty little petition. I was just like some little peasant or something, and how dare I even think about asking a great middle class white person to sign a petition.
well,
What do you think?
they fail to realize it's not just about them. It's about everybody. That's how people get statistics, get statuses on different things.
Well, it's actually, if anything, it's kind of it created a bias for me for white folks, and I freaking love black folks. Like, why are black folks so freaking cool, and why are white folks only kind of 50-50?
Just don't know, honey. Just don't know. But that's what you have. So
Right. There's a statistic. 90% of black folks in America live in the deep south. Doesn't that seem a little crazy? You would think because we could move all across the country that you wouldn't stay right next to the probably the worst racism. When I think of the worst racism, I would think it's in the deep south. So what do you think that's about? Why would 90% of yeah.
You know, with us, once we get settled in a place, we don't move. You know, we
Right.
don't travel often, as white people do, or you know, we just settled, get settled, pretty
We
much. And another thing, we don't. Not all of us, but the majority of us don't have the resources, financially, to do a lot of traveling. You have, like I said, very few that will sightsee, very few that go camping.
right. Right.
Very few that will go to other countries, unless they're in entertainment, but just to go because they want to go to Italy, or not many of African Americans, black people do that. Not many black people do that.
I got to say that the best thing about the deep south are the
Something, that's where we tend to do traveling, but we are more settled.
familiar family. I would think family bonds and like you said, when you get settled too. So that's it's just
As well, yeah. Family bond, yeah.
yeah. I think probably I come from Kentucky, so I think everything I like about the South, the food and the sort of the culture, the food, a lot of the food. I think it all kind of comes from. I think it comes from black folks. So thank you for all the culture. Okay, I got. Let's get back to the questions. I got. Let's see. What's the oldest president you can remember?
Let's see, Johnson.
LBJ. Very good. Did who was the first president you voted for?
Let me see. Let's go back. Oh wait. I want to say Carter. Carter was the first one that I. Yeah.
76, 1976. That's a good one. Carter, his empire never fired a single shot.
See.
Yeah, yeah. He also had those solar power panels on the roof.
And he's such a good. He's a wholesome man.
He's a farmer, a peanut farmer, and he was building houses. Is he still alive? I hope so. But he was with Habitat for Humanity.
He's in his late 90s. He was still, he and his wife both, about a year or so ago, was still doing things out in the community. And Jimmy Cody, yeah, he's a good man. And when he was running for president, he was scrutinized for being a peanut farmer. Like, that was so beneath him, but so down to earth man.
Yeah, I think it humbles him. I don't know if you know much about Khrushchev, but I feel like he's kind of like the Russian Jimmy Carter. He's just a humble farmer who got into a position of leadership. Okay, I got two questions. Okay, you ready? You ready? Do you know how to twerk? Are you a twerker? Do you know how to twerk? You said you used to? Good, that's good. That poor. Yeah, now did you see that poor Finland prime minister get in trouble for posting that twerking video? She's a prime minister. Let her dance. Isn't that a lot of times people put a beautiful woman on a car, and if she wants to dance, I say let my president dance. Good. I want the first dance with you if you become governor. Or the third dance. How about that one? I'll get. All right, last question. What are your favorite foods? Mm.
I was going to say candy yams,
Mm.
turkey necks, and cornbread. That's one. Another favorite food is popcorn and vanilla ice cream.
Cornbread. I heard a good saying about cornbread. That it was something about they were kind of making fun of somebody, but they were saying like it sounds like his cornbread isn't done in the middle.
Cornbread is good.
And it is good. How's I guess that's all my questions. How's the campaign been going?
It's been going quite well. It has. It's been going. And it's been, a lot of praying because a lot of people are still saying they don't know who's running for governor, who's running, you know, don't even know that there's many Democratic nominees or candidates here.
Well, have faith. Even though we got like a amnesia culture, we kind of forget about things. I feel like I got a 3 month, 3 week, 3 day timeline when it comes to election day. So it's 3 weeks right now, and if you think about the numbers, was it 26% of is it Alabama or Mississippi? I'm so sorry. But you got black folks, right? Alabama, 26% of Alabama are already black folks. So you can't really say they're already in the bag, but you can kind of say that, right? You're 90. That's a big voting block. So after you get the 26%, after you get the black folks, all you really need to get is like 30 to 40% of the white folks. And frankly, growing up in school, I think there's more good whites than bad whites. I think that there's only, it was Kentucky. I think it was only about 15% of the whites might have been like awful racist, but I think the rest of us were pretty good. We hated the racist. We didn't like them at all. So I think your chances, you already got a voting block. You already got 26%. So I feel like you're halfway there. All you got to do is get some Caucasians.
Absolutely.
All right. My dogs are barking. I got to check out what's going on. But enjoy your day. Thank you for talking to me, Yolanda.